are busy not only helping our own citizens, but the rest of the world by sending out medical teams and even exporting medicines. On the other hand, Pakistan is only exporting terror. Well, before I answer your question, I would like to say that I am very happy to be here in the forward areas. It is always good to come and listen firsthand to the various accounts and to hear the briefings of our commanders and the men. And it gives me great pleasure to be here. And the morale of our men is very high in spite of these trying conditions, in spite of the lockdown and the inability to go on leave. In spite of all these things, the morale is very high. They're doing an excellent job. And I would like to take this occasion and opportunity to compliment everyone for the excellent job that they're doing, not only in J&K, but also along our western and northern borders and in the northeast. As far as the situation is concerned along the LC, as you're aware, earlier this month we had an infiltration attempt which was successfully foiled, and we were able to kill all 5 terrorists who were attempting to infiltrate. Unfortunately, we also lost 1 JCO and 4 very gallant boys, but we have definitely been able to foil this infiltration attempt. This attempt was being made under very difficult conditions with snowfall, and the area from which they came, it would not have been possible without the active support and collusion of the Pakistani army, and they continue with these designs to foment trouble in our country. It is very unfortunate that at a time when the whole world and India is fighting this menace of this pandemic, that our neighbor continues to try to foment trouble, while we are busy not only helping our own citizens, but the rest of the world by sending out medical teams and even exporting medicines. On the other hand, Pakistan is only exporting terror, which does not augur well, and the responsibility for maintaining peace, the onus is on Pakistan. Well, as you rightly said, the summer is coming, the snows will melt, the passes will open, infiltration attempts would increase, and along with the infiltration attempts, the attempts of terrorists to foment trouble in the hinterland would also see some rise. We are constantly monitoring the situation. The commanders on the ground are taking note of all developments on the other side of the LC, and also various intelligence inputs that we are getting, and we are formulating a summer strategy based on that. The strategy we adopt is not in isolation, it is in total coordination and in sync with the other police forces and CAPFs which are operating in the Union Territory, also with the cooperation of the civil administration, and last but not the least, with the active cooperation of the local populace who have been most forthcoming in helping us maintain peace and tranquility. As I mentioned earlier also, post-abrogation of the Article 370, the violence levels have come down drastically. And I say this not only in a subjective manner, but based on very objective figures that we have of various parameters of violence, whether it is stone pelting, whether it is terrorist-initiated incidents, all these have seen a drastic drop. Concurrently, all the other parameters of normalcy, that is the movement, the attendance by government officials in their offices, the attendance in schools, the volume of trade, all these which had taken a small dip post 5th August had all come back to near normal levels, almost 100% normal levels. But of course now, because of this lockdown, it has again seen a downtrend. But the fact remains that pre-lockdown, all these parameters had come back to normal. Now, we as an army had always been seized of this problem that we cannot afford for ourselves to be affected by this pandemic, and accordingly we had taken very proactive actions right from the middle of February itself. We had one case, the first case that we had was there in Ladakh, UT. I'm happy to say that after his treatment and his stay in the hospital, he's been tested thrice and he's totally now coronavirus free, and he's in fact rejoined duty. Based on this, we have been passing a number of instructions and advisories to all our commands to take suitable precautions and to preserve the integrity of our force. And we have been quite successful to that extent. And so far, we have only had 8 positive cases, out of whom 2 are doctors and 1 are nursing assistant, but they are medical personnel who were actively involved in the battle against the COVID. And other 5, 1 I already mentioned, who has already been discharged, and 4 who are responding well to treatment. So this is a very small number compared to the entire strength of the Indian Army. Apart from that, we have put into place various procedures to ensure that we are able to now get our men back who were on courses of instruction or on leave, to get them back to rejoin their units. We have a system of green, yellow and red. Green, people who are not in, who were in garrisons all along and who have not come in contact with any COVID-infected person. So all these green personnel are now being moved back to the units. In fact, we have already catered for 2 special trains, one to come from Bangalore to Jammu and another from Bangalore to Guwahati. And the first of this, that is the one from Bangalore to Jammu, has started today at 10:00 hours from Bangalore. So this is how the cycle has been put into place. And once this movement is completed, we will start getting our men back who are presently on leave. They will be asked to report to the nearest unit or formation close to their leave station in a staggered manner. They will also undergo the mandatory 14 days quarantine before they are declared green. And once that happens, then again through this medium of special trains, they will be brought back through a special train which is itself been sanitized and green to the unit locations which are also green. So the entire channel will be a green channel. And once this is done and these men report back from leave, then we will also start sending the next batch of personnel on leave who have not been able to avail their leave due to this lockdown. No, it has no way impacted our operations. Our operations are continuing with the same tempo and vigor. In fact, because nobody came back from leave, our personnel who were there in the border areas and on various posts are actually free from this threat, and they can do their job without any apprehensions on this regard. However, in the hinterland, where we have to do our counter-terrorism operations, where we have to go out in the civil population, we have put into place protocols and certain precautionary measures so that we do not get infected as a result of the operation that we are carrying out. Because of this, as I said, we have been able to keep ourselves safe, but there has been no letdown whatsoever in the pace of our operations. As part of the protocols that we have put in place, so that in recovering the bodies from various operations,